Good day, viewers and listeners. Welcome to Salida TeleRadyo. Today, we will bring another episode of fun and exciting learning here in School on Air. I am your teacher host, Joseph Persuelo from La Filipina National High School. This time, we will explore another topic in Mathematics 8. Help me welcome our teacher broadcaster for today's episode, Mr. Jason Lord Alta.
Thank you, Sir Joseph. Once again, I'm Sir Jason, your teacher broadcaster for today. Our lesson this episode is all about probability of simple events, illustrates experiment, outcome, sample space, and event. A lesson in Mathematics 8, Quarter 4. Before we start our lesson, let us have first an activity. We have here the words certain, possible, and impossible. Certain means that an event will surely happen, or 100% that will happen. Possible means that there is a chance that an event will happen, but not at all times. And impossible means that there is no chance that the event will happen. I will give you some situations and we will identify if the given situation is certain, possible, and impossible to happen. So are you ready? Okay, let's start. Here is our statement number 1. It will rain tomorrow. So is it certain, possible, or impossible to happen? I will give you 3 seconds to answer. Okay, so let's identify if it is certain, possible, or impossible to happen. So the answer is possible. There is a chance that it will rain tomorrow, but it is not 100% sure. Statement number 2. There are 4 kings in a deck of cards. Is it certain, possible, or impossible to happen? Your time starts now. Okay, let's check. The answer is correct. It is certain to happen. There are exactly 4 kings in a deck of cards. The King of Hearts, King of Diamonds, King of Spades, and the King of Clubs. Statement number 3. It snows in Tagum City. Your time starts now. Let's check. Statement number 3 is impossible to happen. Next statement. Statement number 4. Winning the lottery. So is it certain, possible, or impossible to happen? The answer is possible. Even though there is a very small chance of winning, it is still possible to win the lottery. Statement number 5. The number of COVID-19 cases in Tagum City will decrease next week. So is it certain, possible, or impossible to happen? The correct answer is still possible. If we citizens of Tagum City cooperate with the government and follow health protocols, surely the number of COVID-19 cases in Tagum City will decrease. So let me have this opportunity to remind you to stay at home if possible, always wear your mask in public, maintain social distancing, and sanitize your hands after touching things. Okay, so do these words certain, possible, and impossible clear for you? These words are related to our lesson this morning, which is all about probability of simple events. Before we start, let me present to you our objectives for this lesson. At the end of the discussion, the students are able to define probability, experiment, outcome, sample space and sample point, and event. Illustrate probability, experiment, outcome, sample space and sample point, and event. And the last one is list all possible outcomes in a simple chance situation. Okay, so are you now ready for our lesson this episode? Get your pen and paper and we will now start. Probability of simple events. Let us define first the word probability. Probability is a branch of mathematics concerned with analyzing the chance that a particular event will occur. Its purpose is to attempt to predict the likelihood that something will or will not happen. So, probability is analyzing if a particular event will or will not happen. Example, statement number 1. Seeing the sun at night. What is the likelihood that seeing the sun at night will happen? Is it certain, possible, or impossible? So the answer for this one is impossible. We can see the sun at night. Next statement. The month after June is July. So is it certain, possible, or impossible? The answer is certain. And the last one. Face-to-face classes will resume. Is it certain, possible, or impossible? The answer for this one is possible. Words to remember in probability. First is experiment. So what is an experiment? Experiment is also known as trial. It is any procedure that can be infinitely repeated and has a well-defined set of possible outcomes. Next is outcome. Outcome is the result of a single trial of an experiment. Next is sample space. Sample space is the set of all the possible outcomes or sample points. The total number of possible outcomes is denoted by n parenthesis s. And the last one is event. Event is any set of one or more outcomes satisfying some given conditions. So to clarify these words, or to know more about these words, I have here an example simple chance situation. Okay, our simple chance situation here is getting ahead when tossing a coin. So the experiment here in our simple chance situation is tossing a coin. The sample space again is the list of all possible outcomes. When tossing a coin, we only have two outcomes, which is the head and the tail. Total number of possible outcomes is 2. So we only have 2 possible outcomes. The event for this situation is getting ahead. Again, event is the desired outcome. The outcome that satisfies our conditions in our situation. And then the outcome of the event is the head. We have here another example of a simple chance situation. I will let you try to identify the experiment, sample space, total number of possible outcomes, event, and the outcome of the event. The situation given is getting an even number when rolling a die. So what is the experiment for this situation? I will give you 5 seconds to answer. Your time starts now. Okay, time is up. The experiment for this situation is rolling a die. Again, experiment is the trial of our simple chance situation. Next is the sample space. What is the sample space? Sample space is the list of all of the possible outcomes in our simple chance situation. So in a die, there are 6 faces numbered from 1 to 6. So our sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total number of possible outcomes is 6. Next is the event. Again, event is the desired outcome that satisfies our chance situation. What is the event? Event is getting an even number. And the last one, outcome of the event. The outcome of the event is 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so are the words clear for you? To further understand the words that we have discussed, I will give you the definition and then you identify which among these 4 words satisfies the given definition. Okay? You choose if it's experiment, outcome, event, or sample space. Okay, let's start. The first definition. It is the set of one or more outcomes satisfying some given conditions. The keyword here is the word satisfying or satisfy. So which word satisfies the given definition? Okay, correct. The answer is event. Next definition. It is the result of a single trial of an experiment. The keyword here is result of a single trial. The answer is correct. The answer is outcome. Next. It is the set of all possible outcomes or sample points. The total number of possible outcomes is denoted by n parentheses s. The keywords here is all possible outcomes. The answer is correct. The answer is sample space. And the last one, it is also known as trial. It is any procedure that can be infinitely repeated and has a well-defined set of possible outcomes. The keywords here are trial or procedure. Okay, correct. The answer is experiment. So I guess the words now are clear for you. We will now have our quiz. In this quiz, I will give you a simple chance situation and you identify the experiment, the sample space, the total number of possible outcomes, event, and the outcome of the event. Okay? Get your pen and paper. So we will now start. The simple chance situation here is picking a blue ball in a box that contains 2 red balls and 3 red balls. You identify the experiment, sample space, total number of possible outcomes, event, and the outcome of the event. I will give you 1 minute to answer the problem. Your time starts now. Okay, let's check. Picking a blue ball in a box that contains 2 red balls and 3 blue balls. The experiment here is picking a ball. The sample space is red ball, blue ball, blue ball, blue ball. The total number of possible outcomes is 5 since we have a total of 5 balls inside the box. The event is picking a blue ball. Again, event is the desired outcome. So, picking a blue ball is our event. And the last one, the outcome of the event is blue ball, blue ball, blue ball. Okay. If you get all the correct answers, congratulations. And if not, practice more and better luck next time. That's it for our lesson for this episode. Once again, I am your teacher broadcaster, Sir Jason Florialta, and thank you for listening.
That's great! Thank you, Sir Jason, ug thank you sa atong mga tigpaminaw ug viewers. Daghang salamat sa makanunayong pagsuporta, and see you next episode only here in Salida, TeleRadyo. Always remember, if math is hard and so is life, then get over it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye!